Based on the series so far, Atomic Habits, Crucial Conversations, The Coaching Habit, and Radical Candor, the next book is The Five Dysfunctions of a Team by Patrick Lencioni. You have learned to build habits, have hard conversations, coach your people, and give honest feedback. Now it is time to look at why teams still fail even when all of that is in place, and exactly how to fix it. The five dysfunctions of a team. Why good people on the same team still fail each other. Hi, this is Rahul, and you are watching Books I Read, where I share books that help us lead better at work, in the kitchen, in business, and at home. Today's book is The Five Dysfunctions of a Team by Patrick Lencioni. It is written as a business fable, meaning it tells the story of a fictional company and a new leader trying to fix a broken leadership team. But do not let that fool you. The framework inside this story is one of the most practically useful things I have ever read on why teams break down and what it actually takes to fix them. Why this book works in India. In India, we are very good at individual performance. We celebrate the star performer, the top salesperson, the best chef on the line. But we are often not so good at the team itself functioning as one unit. Think about how many times you have seen this. A leadership team where people nod in the meeting and then do the opposite outside. A kitchen where two senior chefs are silently competing instead of supporting each other during service. A franchise setup where the operations head and the marketing head are technically on the same side, but nobody would guess it from how they talk about each other. The problem is almost never that the individuals are bad. The problem is that the team itself is dysfunctional. And this book tells you exactly why and exactly what to do about it. What are the five dysfunctions? The author builds a pyramid of five dysfunctions, each one sitting on top of the other. If the bottom layer is broken, everything above it collapses. You cannot fix the top without first fixing the foundation. Let us go through each one. Dysfunction 1, absence of trust. This is the foundation, and the author is very specific about what trust means here. It is not about whether people are reliable or competent. It is about whether people on the team are comfortable being vulnerable with each other. Comfortable saying, I made a mistake, I need help, I do not know the answer to that, I am struggling with this. In most Indian workplaces, especially in hierarchical environments like hospitality, admitting weakness feels dangerous. If you say you do not know something, you worry your manager will think you are incompetent. If you admit a mistake, you worry it will be held against you. So, people protect themselves, they perform confidence, even when they have none. They hide problems until those problems become crises. And the team never truly bonds because everyone is wearing a mask. Indian example. A new area manager joins a food and beverage group. In her first week, she asks the outlet managers to share one thing that is not working in their outlet. Dead silence. Everyone gives her the polished version. Everything is mostly fine, sir. Just a few small things. She knows this is not true. She has seen the numbers. But without trust, no one will tell her the real picture, and she cannot help them fix what she cannot see. How to build trust. The author suggests starting with something called a personal histories exercise. In your next leadership meeting, ask everyone to share 3 things about themselves that the group does not know. Where they grew up, a difficult moment in their career, why they chose this industry. Nothing dramatic, just human. This one exercise done sincerely shifts the energy in a room faster than any team building activity you will ever pay for. Dysfunction 2, fear of conflict. Once trust is absent, teams avoid conflict entirely. And here, the author makes a distinction that is very important. He is not talking about personal conflict or ego clashes. He is talking about productive, ideological conflict. The kind where two people genuinely disagree about the right way to solve a problem. And they work through that disagreement openly until they reach the best answer. In most teams, this does not happen. Instead, people have the real conversation in the corridor after the meeting. They agree in the room to avoid discomfort and then quietly resist the decision outside the room. Indian example. A leadership team is deciding whether to launch a new menu in all outlets simultaneously or test it in 2 outlets first. The operations head thinks simultaneous launch is too risky. The marketing head wants the big splash. Neither says this directly in the meeting. The owner makes the call, both quietly believe it is the wrong call, the launch is bumpy, and both of them were right. But no one will ever know it because the real conversation never happened. How to fix it? The author says the leader's job during a meeting is to actively mine for conflict. If everyone is agreeing too quickly, something is wrong. Ask directly, does anyone see a risk we have not talked about? What is the strongest argument against this plan? Make it safe to disagree and then genuinely engage with the disagreement instead of shutting it down. Dysfunction 3. Lack of commitment. When teams do not have real conflict, they do not have real commitment either. People leave meetings with ambiguous decisions. Everyone heard something slightly different. No one is fully bought in because no one was fully heard. The author makes a beautiful point here. Commitment does not require consensus. Not everyone needs to agree with the final decision, but everyone needs to have had the chance to be heard, to have their concern genuinely considered, and then to commit to the decision that was made, even if it was not their preference. Indian example, in a franchise operations review, the team decides to introduce a new portion standard across all outlets. 3 franchise partners have reservations but do not voice them clearly. The meeting ends. Nobody is sure exactly what was decided or when it starts. 2 weeks later, half the outlets have implemented it and half have not. When the operations head follows up, everyone has a different version of what was agreed. How to fix it? End every meeting with a commitments review. Before people walk out, spend 5 minutes asking, what exactly did we decide today? Who is doing what? And by when? Say it out loud. Write it down. Circulate it within the hour. Ambiguity is the enemy of execution, and clarity costs nothing, except 2 minutes at the end of a meeting. Dysfunction 4. Avoidance of accountability. Once commitment is weak, no one holds each other accountable. And this is where the author says something that surprises most leaders. The biggest accountability problem in most teams is not that leaders fail to hold their team members accountable. It is that team members fail to hold each other accountable. In a truly high-functioning team, peers call each other out. If you see a colleague cutting a corner that affects the whole team's result, you say something directly to them, not to the manager. But this only happens when there is trust, real commitment, and a shared standard everyone has genuinely signed up for. Indian example. 2 senior members of a catering operations team. One of them consistently submits event reports late, which delays the billing cycle and creates cash flow pressure for the whole business. Everyone knows it. Nobody says anything directly to him because he is senior and it feels uncomfortable. The manager eventually has to step in every single time, which frustrates both sides when a 2-minute honest conversation between colleagues could have solved it in week 1. How to fix it? The author recommends making team goals and individual commitments visible to everyone, not just the leader. When the whole team can see what each person has committed to, peer accountability becomes natural. It is not about surveillance. It is about shared ownership. When we all know what we signed up for, we all have a reason to care whether it happens. Dysfunction 5. Inattention to results. The final and most visible dysfunction. When trust, conflict, commitment, and accountability are all broken, individuals and departments start optimizing for their own results instead of the team's results. The kitchen cares about kitchen scores. The front of house cares about service scores. Nobody is looking at the guest experience as one complete thing. In a leadership team, this shows up as people who are more focused on protecting their own department's budget or headcount than on what is actually best for the business. They speak in terms of my team, my numbers, my outlet, when the real question is always, what does the whole business need right now? Indian example: a quick service restaurant group has a strong marketing team that is driving guest footfall through aggressive campaigns. But the operations team is struggling to deliver on the promises the campaigns are making: faster service times and higher consistency. Instead of solving this together, both teams are defensive. Marketing says operations is slow, operations says marketing is setting unrealistic expectations. Guests experience the gap. The brand pays the price. Both teams look fine on their individual dashboards, and the business is quietly losing. How to fix it? The author says the leader must set a small number of collective goals that the whole team owns together, not just individual departmental targets. What is the one result that, if we achieve it this quarter, makes everything else feel worth it? When the team has a shared scoreboard, individual ego has less room to operate. How to start using this book this week? First, run a trust temperature check with your leadership team. In your next team meeting, ask everyone to answer this question in writing before sharing it out loud. On a scale of 1 to 10, how comfortable do you feel telling this team when you are struggling or have made a mistake? If the average is below 7, you have a trust problem that needs to be addressed before anything else will work. Second, create one clarity moment. Think of the last decision your team made. Could everyone on the team state exactly what was decided, who owns it, and when it will be done? If the answer is no, call a 15-minute alignment conversation this week and fix it. Just that one habit of ending with clarity will change your team's execution within 30 days. Third, name one collective goal out loud. In your next team meeting, ask the group, what is the one result that belongs to all of us this month, not to any one department? Write it where everyone can see it. Refer to it every week. Watch how the conversation shifts when there is a scoreboard everyone shares. Who should read this? Pick up the 5 Dysfunctions of a Team if you lead a leadership team or cross-functional group that is technically competent but somehow not performing as one unit. If you sit in meetings where everyone agrees and then nothing changes. If your team has unspoken tensions that nobody addresses directly. If you have great individual performers who are not making each other better. And if you have ever felt that something is off with your team, but could not quite name what it was, this book will name it for you. My quick rating for books I read. Practical Tools, 5 out of 5. The 5 Dysfunction Pyramid is one of the most memorable and immediately usable frameworks in all of leadership literature. Storytelling and examples, 5 out of 5. Written as a business fable, it is genuinely engaging to read. You will finish it in one sitting and want to show it to your entire leadership team. India Relevance, 5 out of 5. Every single dysfunction on this list shows up daily in Indian family businesses, hospitality groups, QSR chains, and startups. This book might as well have been written for us. Reread value, 5 out of 5. Revisit this every time you bring a new person into your leadership team, every time you feel your team is drifting, and every time results are slipping but you cannot quite explain why. If this episode of Books I Read on the 5 Dysfunctions of a Team helped you, do like, share, and subscribe, and send it to every single person on your leadership team, not just your direct reports, your peers too, because this book only works when the whole team reads it together. Tell me in the comments, which of the 5 dysfunctions do you think is the biggest problem in your team right now? Absence of trust, fear of conflict, lack of commitment, avoidance of accountability, or inattention to results? Be honest. The answer is the starting point for everything. Drop your book recommendations in the comments too, especially anything around building strong teams, leadership culture, and the business of food.